Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashta Prayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Nama. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Mataji. Yes. So we're studying from third canto, and chapter number is 23. Yeah. And it is titled Devhuti's Lamentation. Very important. You know, lamentation is one of the important aspect of our devotional life, if you like. And we will find out. Not just Mother Devhuti, even Lord Ram, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah. In the Ante Leela, when Krishnadas Kaviraj is describing how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, last 12 years, Mahaprabhu stayed in Jagannath Puri. And there, Krishnadas Kaviraj, when he describes that Mahaprabhu, he was relishing different moods in different bhavas. And he was staying with Ramanand Rai and Swarup Damodar. So, Krishnadas Kaviraj says that Nana bhave uthe, Nana bhav uthe Prabhu. Nana bhav uthe Prabhura. Yeah? Harsh, Shok, Rosh. Nana bhav uthe Prabhura. Harsh, Shok, Rosh. Dainyo Udveg, Arati Utkant Santosh. See, various bhavas. Yeah? And what are these? Harsh, jubilation. Shok, lamentation. Rosh, anger. Yeah? And then Danya, humility. Udveg, anxiety. Arati, grief. Utkant, eagerness. And Santosh, satisfaction. Various bhavs, they will come. And in that mood, then what will Mahaprabhu do? Sei bhave. Sei bhave nij shlok padhiya. In that mood, Mahaprabhu will recite his own verses. Sometimes he will recite from Bhagavatam, sometimes he will recite his own shlokas, sometimes he will recite Krishna Karanamrit by Belu Mangal Thakur. So he will recite various shlokas. Sei bhave. Yeah? Nij shlok padhiya. Shloker arth aswadaya. Dui bandhu lana. Who are these two bandhus? Swarup Damodar and Ramanand Rai. So various bhavs will come. And lamentation is one of that. So today we will talk about lamentation. How we should lament. What we should lament about. And how it plays an important role in our progress in devotional service. Yeah? So please repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. एतावतालं कालेन एतावतालं कालेन व्यतिक्रान्तेन मे प्रभो व्यतिक्रान्तेन मे प्रभो इन्द्रियार्थ प्रसंगेन इन्द्रियार्थ प्रसंगेन परित्यक्तः परात्मनः परित्यक्तः परात्मनः. Okay, word by word translation by Srila Prabhupada ki. Please repeat. Etavata, so much. Alam, for nothing. Kalena, time. Vyatikrantena, passed by. Me, my. Prabhu, O my Lord. Indriya arthe, sense gratification. Prasangena, in the matter of indulging. Parityakta, disregarding. Paratmanah, knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki. Please repeat. Until now, we have simply wasted so much of our time in sense gratification, neglecting to cultivate knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Yeah. So we understand the meaning. Mother Devhuti is lamenting and she is saying so much time has passed. Even though in the translation said we have, so, but she is saying me Prabhu. She is saying it's for me. Mata Devhuti and Kardam Rishi. Kardam Rishi, he was already exalted. Mata Devhuti is also highly exalted, but it's for us. It's for our own purification. So what Mata Devhuti is lamenting about is that so much time we have passed. Or so much time has passed. Etavata alam kalena. So much time has passed. In doing what? Indriyartha prasangena. For the sense gratification. To fulfill the desire of the senses. Right? At what cost? Parityakta paratmana. Right? By disregarding the knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Yeah? So please, three Prabhujis recite this shlok and let's recite, assuming I'm reciting this. We are all reciting for ourselves. Yeah? Please recite. Etavatalam kalena vyatikrantena me prabho Driyatha prasangena parityakta paratmanah etavatalam kalena vyatikrantena me prabho indriyartha prasangena parityakta paratmanah etavatalam kalena vyatikrantena me prabho indriyartha prasangena parityakta paratmanah etavatalam kalena व्यतिक्रांतेन मे प्रभो इंद्रियार्थ प्रसंगेन परित्यक्ता परात्मनः. Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada ki. Please hear. Human life is not meant to be wasted like that of the animals in sense gratificatory activities. Animals always engage in sense gratification, eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating. But that is not the engagement of the human being. Although, because of the material body, there is need of sense gratification according to according to a regulative principle. So, in effect, Devhuti said to her husband, so far we have these daughters and we have enjoyed material life in the material mansion, traveling all over the universe. These boons have come by your grace, but they have all been for sense gratification. Now there must be something for my spiritual advancement. Srila Bhaktivedanta purports ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Let's do Manglacharan. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सावधैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त श्रीराधाकान्त नमस्तुते. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छकल्पतरोभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर असादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. भूतेर्महद्भिर्यैमा पुरो विभो निर्मायशेते यदमोष पुरुषा. भुङ्क्ते गुणांशो दशषोडशात्मकं सोलङ्कसृष्ट भगवान् वचांसि मे. श्रीकृष्ण शरणं शरणागतं कथा अमृतं सतत पीबतं. भक्ति वेदांत मार्ग पंथनम सर्वलोक ऋषिदेव जन्म प्रसन्नम. सर्वलोक ऋषिदेव जन्म प्रसन्नम. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji, please pray for me. May the right words come at the right time. May I am truly able to glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Serve Srila Prabhupada, my Guru Maharaj, and all the Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna. So, as I was saying, so the chapter is titled Devhuti's Lamentation. Yeah. So what had happened was, as we know, Kardam Rishi, he performed austerities for such a long time. Or rather, in this current situation, Kardam Rishi is about to leave. He's about to leave and go into the forest to perform austerities. And when Mother Devhuti saw Kardam Rishi about to leave, that's when she starts thinking. That's when she realized that the time has just passed. As Narottam Das Thakur says, Hari Hari Bifale Janam Go Aino Manusha Janam Paya Radha Krishna Na Bhajiya Janiye Suniye Vish Khaino. So she realized that Hari Hari, O Lord Hari, Vifale Janam Goaino. I have wasted my life. Vifal, I have failed. I failed myself. This life has been wasted. Why? Manusha Janam Paya. I got Manushya, I got human body, and Radha Krishna na bhajiya. And I did not worship Radha and Krishna. Janiye suniye. Knowingly. I've heard so many times. Right? I've known. As Duryodhana used to say, Janami dharmam name pravritti. Or Janami adharmam name nivritti. I know what is religion. But I don't have any attraction for that. I know what I'm doing is wrong. But I cannot change myself. Then what is the result? What is the result? Yeah. So that is why the lamentation has to be there. Yeah. So Mata Devhuti is lamenting. Yeah. Narottam Das Thakur says, that's what he's saying in this bhajan. Knowingly I have visha. Visha is what? Indriyartha. Vish. Vish is poison. Knowingly I have eaten the poison. Just to satisfy my senses, I've eaten the poison, the life has been wasted. So Mother Devhuti, as she realized that Kardam Rishi is about to leave, about to go to the forest, then she realized, what have I done? Yeah. Parityakta paratmana. I've disregarded the knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Yeah. She knew. And how she knew? As you must have studied in the previous chapter, when Manu Maharaj brought Mother Devhuti and Mother Shatrupa, they brought their daughter to Kardam Rishi with a marriage proposal. When they brought the daughter for the marriage proposal, Kardam Rishi accepted. He said, yes, I will marry her. Yeah. Ato bhajishye. I will accept her. Right? As my wife. But samayene, on one condition. Yeah. Ato bhajishe samayena sadhavim. Sadhavi. He's already saying, yes, I will accept your daughter as my wife, but on one condition. And what is the condition? Yavat, until Yavat tejo bibharayad atmano me. Until such time that she becomes pregnant or she holds my semen in her womb. Yeah. Bibhrato me yavat tejo. Tej as in my semen. Tej as in my, my child in her womb. Until such time I will accept her as my wife. So he had told her, Janiye suniye. And then as if they asked, what will you do? He said, after that, ato dharman param hanse mukhyan, yeah, shukla proktan After that, I will go and take sannyas. I will accept the dharma. I will take up that process which is spoken by, which is glorified all the Paramhansas, all the exalted personalities. Not just that, Shukla Proktan, Shukla is in Supreme Personality of Godhead. The path which is prescribed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. Bahumanne Vihimsran. Right? I consider that path to be the greatest path. It is without any envy, it is without any himsa. Right? So I will take down that path. So he had already declared. But Mother Devhuti is now lamenting that knowingly, when Kardam Rishi had told, and now the time has come, because you must have read in the previous verses, Mother Devhuti, she got pregnant and she gave birth to 9 daughters. As she gave birth to 9 daughters, Kardam Rishi decided to leave. So then she realized, now he is going to leave. What have I done? All the time has been wasted. But that said, she was so much devoted, so much surrendered to Kardam Rishi. Like I said, this is for us. Mother Devhuti, when Maitreya Rishi says that Pritibhyam prasthithe sadhavi patim ingit kovida nityam paracharyat pritaya bhavani iva bhavam vibhum prabhum bhavani iva bhavam prabhum. Pitribhyam prasthithe sadhavi. As soon as Manu Maharaj and Mata Shatrupa left, Mother Devhuti, she would serve Kardam Rishi. Sadhavi. Once again she is addressed as Sadhavi. Patim ingit kovida. Her husband, when Kardam Rishi, ingit as in just by signal, or without even giving the signal, she would realize what Kardam Rishi needs. And then Nityam, always parcharyat, she was serving him without any break, without any fault. All the time, Nityam. How? Pritya, lovingly. And the analogy given is Bhavani iva bhavam prabhum. Like Mother Parvati is serving Lord Shiva, similarly Mother Devhuti was serving Kardam Rishi. And Prabhupada mentions the example given is Mother Parvati, because she was also a princess and she got married to Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva, who is considered to be not having anything, not possessing anything, but he is the Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu, he is the greatest of the personalities. But through her service, Mother Parvati, she served Lord Shiva. That is why, in India, a lot of marriageable girls, they will go and offer prayers to Lord Shiva. In Vrindavan, it is different. When the gopis, they are doing Katyani worth. But the point is that they want, so in the mood that they are serving is, they are not expecting the husband to be rich, famous, etc., etc. Right? So in the mood they are serving is how Mother Parvati served Lord Shiva. So similarly, analogy given is Bhavani iva bhavam prabhum. So Mother Devhuti, she served Kardam Rishi so nicely, with wholeheartedly. Maitreya Rishi says she even considered Kardam Rishi greater than the providence. Daivad Gariyasa. Daivad as in providence. Gariyasa is in greater than the Daivad. So she considered him like that. But when they were in the aerial mansion, the time just went like anything. Varsh Pugan Muhurtvat. The years went by like a muhurat, like a moment. So that's what she's recalling, that all the time has gone. I wasted so much time. So she's lamenting, but at the same time she also make a sincere submission. Right? So there are 2 steps. First is, we are fearful. Bhaya. Yeah. When Arjuna asked Lord Krishna that what are the qualities, in the 16th chapter, 1st verse, when Lord Krishna is describing the qualities of the Vaishnavas, very first thing he says, Abhayam. 16.1, the very first word is Abhayam, fearless. But at the same time, as a devotee, we also fear. You understand? That abhyam you get, but if you step back, so there are two level of fear. One is, as a materialistic, you are fearful. What will happen tomorrow? You're always in anxiety. I might lost all my opulence. Politicians, they're always worried. Tomorrow somebody will win the election, I will lose my post. But as a devotee, we are fearful in the sense we don't want to commit any mistake. You become cautious, careful, right? That I should not make any mistake. So here Mother Devhuti, she's asking, and she tells Kardam Rishi that, oh my dear Lord, Sarvam Tad Bhagavan Mahyam, all that you said, right? All the things that you said, all the promises that you made. He had made the promise that I will leave. When she requested Kardam Rishi that please, you had promised, when Kardam Rishi said that as soon as you become, mother of my child, I will leave. So when Kardam Rishi, after she served, and when Kardam Rishi came out of his penance, then he looked at Mother Devhuti. She was very thin and frail. And then Kardam Rishi asked her for a boon. And she says, you had promised that I will have your children. So now she's telling, yes, whatever promise you have made, you have fulfilled that. Sarvam tad bhagavan mayyam upo vaha pratishrutam. You have fulfilled all the promises. You have given me all that you had promised to give me. But she says, prapannaya athapi me prapannaya. But still I am surrendered. I am under your shelter. Still I am under your shelter. So what do you want? She says, bhayam abhayam datu arhasi. Abhayam datum arhasi. I deserve to be made fearful. 15, verse number 51. Today is 53. So in 51, the very first, Devhuti Ruvacha, that is her submission, that is her prayer, that please make me fearful, fearless. Abhayam. Yeah? Abhayam datum arhasi. Because I am under your shelter. Remember, as Bhagwan Rishabdev, he says, Patirna sasyat. You don't have right to become a husband. You don't have right to become a guru. You don't have right to become father. Why? Na mochayet yad samupetya mrityum. If you cannot free them from the mrityu, from the death standing, samupetya, standing in front of that person, if you can't free them from that, then you don't have right to become father, husband, mother, guru, friend, even demigods. So all these are Bhagavan Rishabdev saying. So she has full right. So she's saying, so you understand, she's lamenting, but in that lamentation or that so-called fear, she is also asking for mercy from her husband. Yeah. So in that mood, yeah. So she is now asking, and then she says, Eta vatalam kalena. So much time I have wasted. So much time has passed. Yeah. And why? For indriyartha prasangena. Yeah. Indriyartha prasangena, to fulfill the desires. As Srila Prabhupada says in the purport also, that 4 things we also do, what animals do. Yeah? Sleeping, mating, defending, and eating. Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Yeah? And these are same in the animals also. Samanam etad pashubhir naranam. Dharmo hi eko adhiko vishesho. Dharmena hina pashubhir samana. Ahar, nidra, bhay, maithunam cha. So these 4 things are same in the animals also. But we are only, as a human, we are different from them. In what sense? Because dharma. And what is our dharma? Main dharma? What is our main dharma? It's not to fulfill some ritualistic activities. Savai pumsam paro dharmo. Paro dharmo. And that's what she's asking. She's saying paratmana. Parityakta paratmana. That paro dharmo. Which is bhaktir adhokshaje, which is to perform the devotional service to that Supreme Lord who is beyond the material senses. Yeah? So that's what she's asking. And she's in a mood of lamentation. Now let's look at the lamentation. There was a lamentation in the mood of Dhritarashtra. He was lamenting all the time. Right? If my mother hadn't closed her eyes, I would not be born blind. And then I would have become the king. Yeah? Once His Holiness Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj was speaking that very often some devotees will come and they will say, my life has failed completely. He said, I sacrificed so much, but my devotional life is not progressing. And they will count, I sacrificed going to the parties, I sacrificed going to the movies, I sacrificed taking holidays, and I'm here in this Krishna consciousness, but I'm not progressing. Lamenting. Lamenting in that mood. But this is a different kind of lamentation. This is a lamentation to progress that I missed. Once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, once again let's understand the lamentation in that mood. So once Mahaprabhu was sleeping, it's Ante Leela, chapter number 14 if you want to study. So, and in the dreams, Krishnadas Kaviraj says, Mahaprabhu, they felt that he has gone to Vrindavan. And he saw Krishna and Radha. He saw Ras dance. Yeah? In the dream, he saw Ras dance, Krishna performing Ras dance. He could see Krishna in the Shyam Sundar form, Tribhangi form. He's playing on his flute. He's wearing yellow garments. Radharani, Srimati Radharani is next to him. And all the gopis are there. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, I've reached Vrindavan now. I'm in front of Krishna. He was thinking like that. As in the dreams, as he was like that, suddenly Govinda came, Mahaprabhu's servant, and he woke him up. He said, please get up. We are getting late. We are getting late for the morning program. And then Mahaprabhu performed his morning activities, and they came to temple to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. As Mahaprabhu came to take darshan of Lord Jagannath, there were hundreds and thousands of people there, already there to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. And Mahaprabhu went and stood next to, what is his favorite spot? Garud Stambh. Garud Stambh. So Stambh as in pillar, and on top of the pillar is Garud. Right? Waiting for Supreme Lord to come and ask him to take him wherever the Supreme Lord wants to go. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went and stood next to Garud Stambh, and there were hundreds and thousands of people in front of Mahaprabhu trying to get a glimpse of Lord Jagannath. And suddenly a woman came, a Mataji came, and she also wanted to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. She could not see Lord Jagannath, so she climbed Garud Stambh. She climbed Garud Stambh, and as she was trying to adjust her vision, she somehow put her foot on the shoulder of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As Govinda saw that, he started chastising that Mataji. He said, come down. What are you doing? You put your foot on the shoulder of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard and saw that, Mahaprabhu started chastising Govinda. And Mahaprabhu tells him, Adi vasya ei istrera na karavarjan karu ka yathasthe Jagannath darshan. O Adi vasya, O uncivilized man, don't prohibit, don't stop this nari, istri, woman, Mataji, don't stop her from that. Na varjan, karu ka yathasthe, as much as she want, let her take darshan of Lord Jagannath. And as that Mataji realized that she was making that mistake, then she came down. Aste vayaste sei nari bhumite namila Mahaprabhu dekhi tana charan vandila. When she regained her senses, she realized, I made such a mistake. She just came down somehow. Aste vayaste, she was hurriedly coming down. And she saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu charana vandila. She started paying her obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, asking for forgiveness. Now, in one sense, Govinda was right, because Garud he's a Vaishnava, greatest of Vaishnava. You should not be even, you should be careful when you touch that. What to speak of climbing on him? And not just that, she put her foot on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's shoulder, who is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So she came down hurriedly, and as she saw Mahaprabhu, she started asking for forgiveness. But then Mahaprabhu chastised Govinda. And then Krishnadas Kaviraj says, Tar arati dekh hi Prabhu lagite kahila. Tar arati dekh Prabhu lagite kahila, eta arati mor Jagannath nahi dila. So he is lamenting now. Some sort of mood of lamentation. As Mahaprabhu saw Arati, as Mahaprabhu saw her eagerness, Tar Arati dekh, to see her eagerness to get darshan of Lord Jagannath, Mahaprabhu started saying that this level of Arati eagerness, Lord Jagannath hasn't given to me. He's chastising Govinda, and he himself is saying that so much eagerness she has to take the darshan of Lord Jagannath. Oh, Durdevam idam. When we sing Shiksha Ashtakam, if you read 20th chapter, that's where these various bhavas are described. All these individual Shiksha Ashtakam verses, Prabhuji, Mataji, they are sung in a different mood. The very first one is in the mood of jubilation. Harshe Prabhu kohena, sunu swarup Rama Roy. Harshe, in jubilation, Mahaprabhu is telling Suna, Swarup and Rama Rai. Harshe Prabhu kahena sunu Swarup Rama Rai, Nam Sankirtan Kalau Param Upay. In the Kali Yuga, Harinam Sankirtan is the topmost solution. Upay as in yukti, as in scheme. Harshe, jubilation. So when you sing that first verse, you should be in the mood of jubilation. Cheto darpana marjanam bhav mahadavagni nirvapadam. Yeah? Param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Param vijayate. Jubilation. Mahaprabhu saying that. So when Mahaprabhu saw that Mataji, Arati eta Arati Jagannath more nahi dila. Jagannathe avist ihara tanu man prane mor skande pad diya che taho nahi jane. She is so much surrendered to, again in the mood of sort of lamentation. Please, Prabhuji, Mataji, I want to get your focus on this mood. He says that she is so much avist as in completely. You just entered into that. So her mood is so strong. She is so eager. Tanu man prane. She forgot her body. She forgot her mind. Her pran, life air. All three are immersed into getting darshan of Lord Jagannath. So much immersed into getting darshan of Lord Jagannath that Mahaprabhu is saying, Mor skande padadiya, that she put her foot on my shoulder. Taho nahi jane. She didn't even realize. So she's so exalted. He's chastising Govinda, his servant, and he's sort of lamenting that, oh, I don't have that bhav. How much bhav this Mataji has to get darshan of Lord Jagannath. Yeah? And then he says, Aho bhagyavati. Aho bhagyavati ei. Yeah? Ihara vandi pai. She's trying to bow down onto the feet of Mahaprabhu. Now Mahaprabhu is saying she is so bhagyavati, she is so fortunate. Aho bhagyavati vandi ihara pai. I should bow down to her feet. Because if she is happy, ihara prasade aiche. If she becomes pleased with me, arati amar vahai. If she becomes pleased, then maybe I can have that similar type of eagerness to get darshan of Lord Jagannath. See? That she is so exalted. When we sing Shikshastakam, like I saying, again going back to 20th chapter, Ante Leela, all these verses, I would suggest you please read them. When we're reciting these verses, it is not a ritual, we just come and recite them. Every verse, you know the verse that we say, Trinadapi Sunichena, very often we quote that verse. Or we should be humble like a blade of grass. The mood of reciting that verse, Mahaprabhu says, Krishna's Kaviraj is saying, Mahaprabhu is singing that verse in the mood of that I can develop that love, unflinching love unto the feet of the Supreme Lord. Now read that verse. When you read that chapter, you will find out what mood. The second verse. The second verse that we sing, Nam Nam Akari Bahuda. So Krishnadas Kaviraj says, Uthila Vishad Dainya. Yeah? Uthila Vishad Dainya Bhave Apana Shlok. Iha Arth Jani Sab Yaya Dukha Shok. Then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had the feeling of lamentation, Uthila Vishad Danya. He had a bhav of lamentation and Danya as in humility. When he was in that mood, then he recited this verse. And just by hearing the meaning of that verse, Yaya, Sab Yaya Dukha Shok. All the unhappiness due to lamentation or all the unhappiness and lamentation will be finished, will be vanished. Just by hearing the meaning of this verse. Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. Please repeat. Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarane Nakalaha. Etadrishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi. Durdevam idrisham iha janina nugraha. So in the mood of lamentation, in the mood of humility, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is reciting this verse. He says, Nam Nam Akari Bahuda Nij Sarva Shaktis. Oh my dear Lord, you have put all your strength in your names. On top of that, Tatrar Pita Niyamita Smarane Nakala. There is no time. There is no restriction on what time to chant your names. Can you do yagna at 3 a.m. in the morning? Can you do arti at 1 a.m. in the morning? Can you do any service when you are sitting in the shower? But you can chant holy name anytime, anywhere. Nobody can stop you. Khaite shuite yatha tatha naam loe. Kal desh niyam nahi sarv siddhi hoy. Khaite, shuite, sleeping, eating, anything, yatha tatha, just somehow or other. Chant Lord's name. Yes. Kal desh niyam nahi. There is no rule or regulation, time and place. Wherever you are, you can just chant the name. Just by chanting the name, sarva siddhi hoy. All perfection will come. So Mahaprabhu is in the mood of lamentation saying, Tatra pita niyamita smarne nakala. Yeah. And you are so merciful, my dear Lord. Bhagavan mamapi. But durdevam, this is durdevam. You know, when you say, oh, I'm so unfortunate. I should have got that. I should have done this. Very often people say, Prabhu, I came 30 years ago. The property was so cheap. I should have bought a property. Or instead of coming to Australia, I should have gone to States. United States, there was still option to get H1B. Or there was opportunity for me to stay in the UK. These are lost opportunities, lamenting. No, the real opportunity is this. That's what Mother Devahuti is saying. Parityakta paratmana. So Mahaprabhu is teaching us. Apne achari jivera dharma sikhai. So when you sing this verse, you should lament. Durdaiva midam, this is my greatest misfortune. You have put all your Shakti, all your energy in that name. Krishnadas Kaviraj says, Krishnera ek naam jivera joto pap hare, jivera sadhe nahi toto pap korite pare. One Krishna's name can take away so many sins. You don't have strength to perform as many sins. Jivera joto pap hare, jivera sadhe nahi. You don't have strength to perform those many sins. But the trouble is that surrender is not there. That just one name, that arati, that's what Mahaprabhu is saying. That's what he's saying, that I don't have that eagerness. So that eagerness we have to develop. That eagerness has to come from inside. Then lamentation has to be there. Right? Hari Hari Bifale Janam Goaino. That's why Narottam Das Thakur says, Gauranga bolite habe Pulaka sharira Hari Hari bolite Nayan babenira Araka benitai chandar Karuna hoibe. When that time will come, when that moment will come, that just by chanting Gauranga Mahaprabhu's name, the tears will start flowing from eyes. Nayanam galada shrudharaya vadanam gada gada ruddhaya gira. When we sing this verse, we should put a check on our heart. My dear Lord, why? Why the tears are not flowing? It's not a ritual. So that lamentation has to be there. Either before or after, or evening, or next day. Yesterday I chanted, why didn't that bhav come? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is willing to touch the feet of that mother, that Mataji who put her foot on his shoulder, so that he says, Ihara prasade. If she is pleased, then maybe I could develop that arati. I could develop that eagerness. So Durdaiva midam idrisham ihajani. By knowing this, that the Supreme, that just by chanting the name, chanting the holy name. Not just that, Krishnadas Kaviraj further goes on to says that Lokera vancha aneka prakar. So in his names, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, the names are Krishna, Govinda, Gopinath, Parthasarthi, Madan Mohan, Makhan Chor. All these names they have given. Why? Because Lokera, people, they have different moods. They have different moods to perform devotion service. They are in a different moods. Bhagavan Kapil Dev, you will hear in the 25th chapter, Bhagavan Kapil Dev tells Mother Devahuti that the devotional service, as many type of jivas are there, that many type of devotion service is there. Bhakti yogo bahu vidho marger bhamini bhavyate. Guna svabhav margena bhakti yogo vividyate. Bhakti yogo bahu vidho. Bhagavan Kapil Dev is telling Mother Devahuti that Bhakti Yoga is different types. Margera bhamini bhavyate. Guna svabhav margena. As an individual, the gunas, the qualities that you have, the desires that you have, as accordingly you perform that devotional service to the Lord. So there is no comparison. You have different mood, you have different mood, you have different mood. That is 5. As long as all those moods are leading us to serve Gopinath, that's what matters. So to be merciful, Lokera, anek prakar, Lokera vancha anek prakar. Kripate karila namera anek prachar. The Supreme Lord is so merciful, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful. Okay, you have this mood, you chant Hari Hari. You chant this, you chant. As many names are there, all the names are available for you to chant. Right? And then finally, if you still can't do that, if you still are, troubled by the conditions, then khaite shuite jatha tatha nam loe. Sleeping, eating, whatever you are doing, whatever nonsense activity you are doing, you cannot impurify the name. Don't be concerned about it. Just chant the name wherever you are. The name will purify that place. Name will purify your surroundings. Don't have to worry about it. Khaite, suite, jatha, tatha, nam loe. Just somehow or other chant the holy name. Kal desh niyam nahi sarv siddhi hoy. And now you say, Durdevam idam. Now you should lament that this is my greatest misfortune. Still I did not develop that loving devotion service or the mood or the desire to chant the holy names. So that's what we go and ask the Supreme Lord every day when we chant this Shikshastakam. Yeah. Please read 20th chapter Ante Leela. All these individual shlok. So this is in what mood Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is singing, reciting these verses. Yeah. And then let's try to develop that mood. Even if we can develop one for one verse, and then the mercy will flow. So Mother Devhuti is lamenting. I'll give you one more example and then we will conclude, just so we understand the lamentation. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, another pastime, very beautiful pastime. This is narrated by Lord Krishna to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yeah? And it is in Surya Puran, Garud Puran, Kurma Puran, Padma Puran. And you all read that. Might have read, some of you read that, or some of you have heard about it. Once Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Lord Krishna that I want to know please tell me the importance of the austerities performed during this time. This is in the March-April time of the month when we, observe Mohini Ekadashi. Yeah. So Lord Krishna tells Maharaj Yudhishthira that I will tell you this. This similar question was asked by Lord Ram to Vasishtha, to Maharishi Vasishtha. And Lord Ram had asked Maharishi Vasishtha that when I was in the forest, he said, my dear sir, when I was in the forest, very important, please let's get our focus. He says, when I was in the forest, my dear sir or Guru Maharaj, that I suffered so much due to separation from Sita. Due to separation from my wife. Now one would say, what kind of sin can it be? What kind of wrong thing this would be? But the mood is, this is to teach us. Right? As Hanuman is saying in the 5th canto. Yeah? Martya avataras tav Martya avtaras tav iha shikshanam. Yeah? That you have taken this birth or you have appeared in the Mrityu lok to teach the mortal beings a lesson. Martya avtaras tav iha martya shikshanam. Raksho vadhayev na kevalam vibho. Yeah? Kuto annatha syad ramta swa atmana sita kritani visnani ishwarasya. So what Hanuman is saying to, even he is glorifying Lord Ram, that my dear Lord, your appearance in this mortal world is to teach the lesson, even though it was ordained that Ravana will be killed by you. But you did not just appear to Raksho vadhayev na kevalam vivu. You just did not come to kill that Rakshas, kill that demon. But you came to teach us something. And what did you come to teach us? That the life surrounded around wife, or having bodily desire to associate with one's wife, if a life is lived with that mindset, then it is going to lead to miseries. Sita kritani visnani ishwarasya. That you did not come to kill Ravan, even though it was ordained that Ravan will be killed by you. But my dear Lord, you appeared here to teach the mortal beings that the life planned around sexual relationship or around one's wife, around family relationship, is ultimately going to lead to miseries. That's what you came to teach. So now here Lord Ram is asking Vasishtha Rishi that Bhagwan Shrotum Ichchami Vritanam Uttamam Vratam. Yeah. Sarva Papa Shayakaram Sarva Dukkhani Ninkritam. Sarva Dukkhani Krinvatam. Yes. So he says that, oh Bhagwan, oh my dear Lord, Gurudev, I'm asking you, please tell me what is the greatest of the Vratanam Uttamam Vratam. What is the topmost vrat or taking the vows? Right? But by performing that vow, all the sins will be destroyed. Sarva Papa Shayakaram and Sarva Dukkhani Vinkritam. All the dukh, all the unhappiness, miseries will be destroyed. Please tell me about that austerity that I can perform. And then he says that Maya Bhuktani Dukkhani, because I had so many unhappiness, dukh, bhuktani, I took so many troubles. Bhuktani as in bhogna, right? So he says, I had so many troubles. Sita virah janitu, because of separation from Sita. Then he says, tato aham bhayabhito asmi. This is Lord Ram saying to Maharishi Vasishtha. Tato aham bhayabhito asmi prichhami tvam mahamune. Because I went through so many miseries because of separation from my wife, I'm bhayabhit, as in I'm so scared. This is Lord Krishna telling Yudhishthira Maharaj. Padam Puran, Surya Puran, Kurma Puran. So it's all authentic. Lord Ram is bhayabhit. Bhayabhito asmi. I'm so scared. So that is why I'm asking you, oh Mahamune, I'm asking you, please tell me. And then Maharishi Vasishtha then tells Lord Ram a pastime. He says there was a beautiful city on the banks of river Saraswati. Yeah. There was a beautiful city, and that city's king name was Dyuti. Yeah. Dyuti Mat, yeah. So that he was the king, he was ruling that city. And in that city, there was a Vaishya, there was a businessman. His name was Dhanpal. He was performing so many religious activities, digging the wells, making the buildings, distributing free food, etc., etc. And he had 5 sons. The 5th son's name was Drisht Buddhi.